It's an environmental crisis that rarely gets talked about, period. The U.S. spends more than $2 billion a year on menstrual products, most ending up in landfills. Several manufacturers are attempting to go green, inventing alternative options like period underwear or menstrual cups. But many of us consumers are not ready to go with the sustainable flow, leaving an environmental problem that's going unnoticed until now. ABC News' Eva Pilgrim has the story.
Historically, periods have been seen as something to be ashamed of, something to hide.
Many of you girls haven't started to menstruate yet.
Periods are something that we should be celebrating because it is such a sign of our bodies being healthy and growing up.
Now, some girls prefer to use tampons.
And periods literally make human life possible.
The stigma has always been there.
She just had a cramp.
In movies.
Please be quiet. We don't want to announce to everyone that she has her period.
Abby?
Often reflecting those attitudes.
I'm menstruating.
Abby, you know what? You're menstruating, okay, but do you have to say it?
A seemingly unspoken rule instilled in all of us.
Nathan's Jade is on her period for the first time, and she's bleeding everywhere.
Oh, disgusting.
Never talk about your period, leaving the period product sustainability crisis in the dark as well. Some companies, including New York-based startup August, are actively taking steps to change just that.
Because of the period stigma, there hasn't been the same level of accountability.
August claims they are trying to meet consumers in the middle. They say they're creating products that meet consumers' preferences, but are also better for the environment. Nadia Okamoto, the founder of August, tells us their products decompose at faster rates than the standard tampon or pad, but admits they aren't perfect.
Our pads and tampons are not the most sustainable option out there.
With their tampon applicators still made of plastic, they often get discarded in our already overflowing landfills.
Applicators are very much a U.S. thing. I know in Europe and in places overseas, digital tampons, non-applicator tampons are a lot more of the norm. A lot of this is from embedded fear of touching your own period blood, right? Our pad wrappers like this, they're biodegradable and compostable, and so if you take this and you put it in hot water, like...
Oh, wow, yeah, it just falls right apart.
Yeah, and so this isn't something that, like, you have to do or anything like that. We just do this to, like, demonstrate how easily it breaks down.
Okamoto's mission is bringing awareness to the lack of sustainability in traditional period products. 45 billion menstrual products are used every year around the world, with each menstruator creating over 400 pounds of waste in their lifetime.
It was really important to us that, one, we weren't using any plastic, and two, it was a fully biodegradable pad. Rather than taking 5 to 8 centuries like other pads do, these take 12 months to biodegrade.
And what about the tampons?
The tampons, again, applicator is a different story. That totally depends on, like, which municipality and what the recycling rules are. But the tampon, also 100% organic cotton, fully biodegradable within 12 months.
Sustainable. We think tampons should become better, too.
Others argue, despite the sustainability measures being taken, the impact of products ending up in landfills, which are the third largest source of methane pollution, outweighs those potential benefits.
A landfill is intended to entomb these products forever and ever. So it doesn't really matter if it's 500 years or 3 years.
Dr. Susan Powers studies the life cycle of period products, from extraction of materials to decomposition, advocating for the use of reusable products over single use.
Cardboard or no applicator is a far better choice. Plastics are recyclable and they've got their little triangle on them. Well, it's not recyclable everywhere. In general, the reusable is always going to be far superior to any disposable.
August argues that even in conditions where products aren't able to degrade, using organic, biodegradable, and compostable materials reduces water and plastic usage by an estimated 91% and 43%, and overall carbon emissions by over 20%. They say this makes their products still better for the environment. ABC News has reached out to prominent tampon and pad manufacturers multiple times about issues of sustainability and concerns that their products contribute to overflowing landfills and the environmental problems caused by that. They have not responded.
So these are really popular with our younger consumers.
Single-use tampons and pads are by far the most popular choice for Americans today. Each year, the U.S. spends more than $2 billion on menstrual products, with tampon consumption the highest in the world.
Flex spent years developing patented eco-friendly period products.
Alternative options are gaining traction.
It's time to start a new cycle. Make the switch to things
like period underwear and menstrual cups. But the initial cost for these reusable products often sways people from making the eco-friendly switch. As record high inflation rates have also increased cost, it doesn't stop there. In America, all period products are also taxed, unlike other necessities like food or medication.
The reason the tampon tax is so important to eradicate is that the tampon tax is symbolic of the myth that menstrual products are luxuries. It exists in, I believe, 20 remaining states. Meanwhile, products like Rogaine, Viagra, medication for older male hair growth and erections are considered medical necessities.
Single-use period products remain part of an environmental crisis at our landfills, leaving the question how to make a red industry a bit greener.
We come out of someone who menstruates, or we love someone who menstruates, and the reality is that we're all impacted by this. How do we brainstorm the most sustainable solution that people will actually use as we push the whole industry to be more sustainable?
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.